I think I've told you, I hope I've told you, but one of my favorite things in all of my NYU Shanghai teaching is watching final project videos at the end of EAP 101. In just a couple of weeks, I'll be going onto YouTube and watching all of the wonderful work that you'll have to show me on what you've been doing to find out answers to the questions you've been researching all semester. But again, I think I've told you this, there's always a few things that I notice and notice again that I'm like, oh, I wish I would have told the students not to do this or to do this. I can do that, but I just have to do it 1 year later. So let's take a second to look at some of the things that I think that we can work on to make sure our final projects are great. Okay, before I get into some specifics from what I noticed in last year's videos, just a big kind of overview again of what the final project video is. I think there was a PowerPoint slide that went over this, and I'll show that to you right now. The final project is the video representation of the answers you found to your research questions. And it draws primarily on 3 different sources of evidence: the research that you did, the interview or interviews that you conducted, and your own analysis on the videos or the platforms or the channels that relate to your topic. So again, it's a video presentation of those answers to those things. And I think it's important to keep in mind that one of the things that video means is that it's a story, right? It has a clear beginning, a middle, and an end. And I think that'll help you think about, okay, how am I going to present this information? If you think of it in terms of a story, at least in some respects. And different ways that you can do that are, you can talk about why you chose this topic or why you're interested in the thing that you're studying. Or maybe also kind of related to that, why it's important, right? What significance it might have, to the wider world of online video or things in general. Or finally, another way to do that is think about, okay, as I explored this, how did my thoughts or ideas change as I learned more or talked to different people? You can present it as a story, as how your understanding adapted as you worked on the project. But I think that's a nice thing to have in your head. It's a story, right? Okay, so how do you do well on this? For me, there's 2 things that are both important. One, the findings that you give are insightful and complex and very well developed. So again, I'm looking for answers that really show understanding and critical thinking and thoughtfulness that give us insight into this thing that you've been investigating. I should be like, oh, I learned something from this. This really taught me something that I didn't know before about this topic. So dig deep. And then 2 is, you have those 3 streams of information. A really good project really strongly connects those 3, right? Uses them working together to answer your research questions. An example of that might be, you notice something in the videos that you're watching, you find insight or understanding about that from academic sources, and then you show that, or you further deepen it, or you give another perspective on that from your interview videos. That shows all 3 of those sources working together to help us understand the topics that you've been investigating. Okay, now let's get into some specific things that I noticed last year. Okay, so first thing, I'm going to show you 2 different clips of videos from kind of after they've introduced you and grabbed your attention. Now they're going to tell you what their video is about. Watch these 2 samples. I will fast forward through the introduction of this video, which does a nice job introducing the topic, and we'll jump right to where she tells us what her video is going to be about.
So today, my topic is Lila Didoxide, exposing online videos and video activism. In this video, I will explore the definition, motive, impact of exposing online videos, and reflect on it within the context of video activism on the basis of my research and interviews with some audience.
So that's a very interesting topic, and this is a very interesting project, but it's not framed as, what did I want to find out, and here's what I found. And I want you to keep that in mind, because that's the angle you've been doing this all semester. Your job is to answer some research questions. Here's how you can do that.
I introduce my topic through 3 aspects. The first one, what is the shift in the definition of private? The second one, what is the role of online videos in this shift? And how does this shift affect our life?
I think breaking it down like she does there really helps you, 1, focus on what your job is in this video, and 2, it keeps it in a nice academic genre, right? You've been doing research, now you're going to tell us what you were investigating and what you found to those different things. Second tip, Define your terms. That is, in your project, you're going to be talking about different things. You might be using some specific academic vocabulary. You might just have a very niche topic. You need to, as you use these terms, tell us what they are and what they mean so we have that, so we match your understanding in your presentation. Here's a really good job of that.
So, what internet celebrity means? An internet celebrity is also known as a social media influencer, which means a celebrity who has acquired or developed their fame and notability through internet.
Not to interrupt, but you'll notice here she's using both text and her voice to work together.
A particular attitude or lifestyle. In this role, they may be crucial influencers or multipliers for trends in genres including fashion, technology, video games, politics, and entertainment.
I hope you get the point. The point is, it's your job to tell us what the words that you're using mean so we can be on the same page as audience members. So as you can see, I was not able to finish that video yesterday, but I'm here to finish it now. I have one more thing that I want to talk about. Check this out. All of you have interviews in your videos.
From the perspectives of an audience. So let's see what my interviewees said.
I think mostly they're similar because it's your identity. You cannot hide them.
So I really like how she let into this, and I think that the interviewee here really speaks to the point that she's talking about. But who is this guy on a train? It's a little bit jarring.
The best aspects of you, and
we're going to speed up through this. But again, so we have the interviewee, we have some interesting thoughts, and then we go into this other interview. And again, she does a nice job of adding in there, fitting in there, but it's a little bit weird because we don't know exactly who they are. Now, after the interviews are done, she does do this, which helps, but I think it just should have been at the beginning.
And my attitude is like to be myself.
Both of my two interviewees are video uploaders who have thousands of followers on video platforms, and their opinions are consistent with what Florensa argues.
Oh, they're YouTubers! That makes sense. I wish I would have known that. Let's now look at another way you can do this. This is a different student project. He's introducing some things he wants to talk about, and listen to what he does.
For this research, I made 2 interviews. One is with Viva Luo, with some of my students in Canada as an audience of online videos. The other is with Vivian Sun, who's a freshman year student in Beijing as a producer on Bilibili. On the first perspective, emotional contact, I mainly grab information from the interviews with both.
Now, after he's introduced them, he's going to lead up to what they say.
I was not good at, or I was not excellent at everything. So I just want to say that this is the place I want to record myself.
Here again, you'll notice some text on the screen to help with the interview. But again, just a small thing, but it's really important. Let us know who's talking before they talk, so we know what's going on in your video.
So this is the place.
Okay, there you have it. There's both kind of a big picture of what I'm looking for in the final project videos, as well as some specific tips to make sure you do a really nice job. And again, I so look forward to watching these videos, and I hope you enjoy making them too. I hope you enjoy this chance to get to tell an academic story from all the work that you've done this semester, but in a creative and engaging and hopefully very interesting way. Again, I look forward to watching your videos. Bye-bye.